This Meditainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent no development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Morecheese at 68 for more information. Warning! This podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland. Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
Thank you for listening to or watching the UDU podcast. This is year 3, number 101, presented by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment, Morecheese, and me, Ben68. Featuring co-host Dak, Joe Lives, the agency Tibby125, members from the Upland Development United team, and general Upland community members. Today's show is recording live on either Tuesday the 16th or Wednesday the 17th of May, depending on where you're at. How you doing this morning, Cheese? You're on fire, left and right?
I'm on fire. Put me out. I'm on fire, Ben.
Get the cats to piss on you. That'll put you out.
Oh my God.
This week, we'll catch up on some crypto and Upland market news, run through our co-host segments, and tackle some of the latest Upland topics, including the Upland Community Award Nominations, Mother's Day map assets, the London and Birmingham expansion, of course, and go-kart manufacturing. If we've got time, we'll also squeeze in a quips about an interesting and contemporary topic that covers the economic crossover between the metaverse and the IRL, what I call the meatsuitaverse. And don't forget that the YouTube podcast is open to the public and essentially set up as a weekly roundtable by default. So that means that everybody who's in the Zoom, when appropriate, jump on in with your extremely biased opinions. Last week's great chat about the pros and cons of Upland being directly and significantly engaged within the Upland community. I think that's a prime example of how good that kind of back and forth discussions can be. So yes, jump on in. We always put it out there. Anybody want to chime in? And we get crickets. So get your biased opinions polished up and ready to go. With that being said, let's get stuck into the breaking badly news and check out exactly what's been happening in some of the crypto and Upland markets, which is not a lot going on in the cryptos. What do we got there, Cheese? I can't read it because of fucking zoomage again.
What's there we go. Doing? Market cap? Where's that?
Top right. Okay, that's what right. I can't see.
Let's see. Last week 1.177. This week 1.125 minus 4.6% change.
There we go. I've just moved that out of the road so I can see what I'm doing. Yes, so that's trillion. So we're still well and truly above 1.1 trillion, which is nice. Not much happening with Bitcoin. It's pretty flat. Ethereum flat. What's jumping out there? Nothing. It's a big fat bag of nothing burgers. I don't know, 1%, down 4%.
Gala Games is having an airdrop today. It's transitioning from volume 1 to volume 2.
Nice. Well, that's the only one that's up with any sort of.
Yeah.
Did anybody get those grit NFTs from Gala?
Haven't seen them.
Oh, that means you don't watch the Wine and Cheese? Shame on you. I'm just kidding.
Was that the Wild West one?
Yeah, the Wild West one.
Yes, I've got a bag of Gala too, so I have to see. There's not much of a boost then if it's got some big airdrop.
Yeah, they are. I think they are like deleting volume 1 and just going over to volume 2.
So. All right, well, yeah, there's not much happening in the coinage, so let's see what's happening in the Uplands, not a lot happening there too. Transaction volume's pretty flat. The trading volume's down a touch, but still pretty flat. Active wallets down 8.3% after London. That's kind of on the week. That's kind of big. And 1,609 properties through the week. As for the city stats, I've patched in a couple of new ones here. I've patched in Rutherford because that's one of the ones I'm kind of buying the Apex floor and selling the USD floor. And I've also patched in London, like I said I was going to do last week. So I don't know. What do we got? San Francisco down 6%, nearly 7% on the UPX. And it's the battle of the floor flippers there on the USD side, floating around $11. Manhattan took a big hit on the UPX as I guess people are trying to fatten their wallets again for the expansions that are coming up. And again, that USD price is getting fairly well hammered by flippers, myself included. Chicago, nothing happening in Chicago. Oh, look at that. Somebody's flipping out. Who was that? Jones D, I believe. He's the next big whale to start dumping his bags in Chicago. So that's down.
Really?
Yes, I believe that's what it was. So I've had my shot there. I'm just about tapped out with what I can flip until the floor price gets up a bit more, unless I'm going to go full on under mint, which I'm not quite ready to do. Not much happening in LA. Bronx is down 10% on the USD. I'm partly responsible for that. I've been selling a few USD Bronxies.
As long as they're not Bronxdales.
Not the Bronxdale. I've been triple checking my list. Yes. Flat and Rio. Santa Clara's, it's interesting. It's gone down on the UPX price, which again, I guess people are trying to sell to pump their bags, and it's gone up on the USD, which is interesting. I'm going to have to, the numbers I know looking a bit more healthy because the spread between those two prices was getting out of control for flip, but buying in UPX and selling in USD, but that's looking a bit more healthy. Detroit up 7.1% on the UPX. It's pretty much, apart from London, it's the only one that's gone up on the UPX. So somebody's gobbling up the floor there. Dallas is getting smashed on the UPX price, a little bit up on the USD, and London, it's that 9% jump in the UPX price and 12% down on the USD. I haven't looked at the USD floor there myself. That's probably not too bad. Buy for 27,000 UPX, sell for 16. Might have to chew on that one later. Anybody else? Any particular markets you're into? Might not be covered there. What are you doing? Are you flipping out?
Drifter is asking, is Upland intentionally removing UPX from the system to fight inflation? Regarding London, I think the best of London has already been minted and will probably keep my UPX in my node.
Yeah, they always kind of seem to do this, but they've always got several different things cooking. We know Genesis Week's gonna be here very soon. Obviously, they want people to go all in on that, so it makes sense. Drain everybody's wallets ahead of dropping some really cool news.
And it was really easy to get Spark in London for a good long time. So I think they're expanding it to kind of put a stop to that as well. So if you did, get your Spark there by doing standards, good for you. I know D-Tech got a few really good Spark chests in London.
Oh, he was cleaning up. Yeah, and we put a warning out about that on the Wine and Cheese show. We're like, if you're setting up a treasure hunt in London, just be aware that they're probably going to expand this sooner rather than later, and you're going to have to, if you want to keep that treasure hunt web kind of active, you're going to have to spend some big dollars. And what do you know? The day after or 2 days later, expansion announcement. So yes. And Pods, what'd you say here? They are making efforts to close the gap between the USD value and the UPX value. Whoa, I don't think they're ever going to win that battle, because there's a whole bunch of people that play the spread and sell the spread.
Remember what I said before, though.
Yeah, maybe.
If they offered that 20 million UPX thing to everybody, people would start trying to really get the 20 million to transfer it over to USD.
Yeah, that's true. If you didn't see that, I think we covered that on the One Chi show with the UDN Pro thing. One of the benefits of getting in that system and having a live, app or whatever within, is once you get over 20 million UPX, there's the chance there to sell for USD internally with the team. So yes, and she's kind of speculated that it would be good that if they could push that out to the wider community.
That would boost UpX a great deal,
Absolutely.
because everybody's gonna definitely keep, because why would you waste your UpX to get half the cash when you can just accumulate it and get all of the cash?
It'd be pretty brutal on the UpX floors for a while though, because people would just sell like freaking mad to try and get that balance, but then it'd all stabilize and work itself out.
Yeah.
What's B Ryan said? 44% USD markup floor in LA, still not working if they're trying to do that. Yeah. And I haven't started to buy up the UPX floor in LA. I've just, when LA released, I minted a crap ton there that was my plan. I just minted up the floor, like the really cheap ones. So I've just been flipping those for USD. So yes, it's all about that spread.
I don't have any more coffee.
Oh no.
I think what you are doing is called like arbitrage. You're sort of buying up the difference.
Kind of, yeah. I said arbitrage last week, but arbitrage is kind of playing the difference in the price, the same kind of, you'd be selling for, if there was two ways to sell USD for the same market. So it's, if they open up that, if they opened up the NFT portal and we could sell these assets on the Ethereum bridge or something like that, then that'd be a kind of arbitragey opportunity. But yes, arbitragey. We just make up our own words here. We don't, don't give a flog. All right, Cheezels, is there anything in particular you want to give us the heads up about what's been happening in Upland this week? I know you've got some pretty big news to share.
All about me, Ben. It's all about me.
Hell yeah.
I just got accepted for the extension of Samurai Aquatics into the Bronx. So I now have 2 showrooms in Bronxdale. I have my Morecheese Pixel Palace. Actually, I'm going to share this because yum, 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 yum. Me. I don't have share abilities.
Oh, I never turned that on. Here we go. Ready.
All right.
Yes, now Cheese just got a whole bunch of Samurai Aquatics items over to her.
Morecheese Pixel.
Oh, you can describe it now as
I gotta move.
Welcome
them
to
all
my
over.
nightmare.
But yeah, look how much space I allocated for you. Well, for us, because we're all in business together. And this is my Morecheese Pixel Palace. But it works out because your stuff is bigger, I believe. So.
And you've also got that property right behind it, so you can use that as a staging ground as well.
True that.
Yeah, so Cheese just picked up a whole bunch of Samurai Aquatics decor items to sell in Morecheese Pixel Palace.
So you don't have to go to San Francisco. If you're on the East Coast, you don't have to make that big flight. If you want Samurai Aquatics amazing stuff, you could just go to Bronxdale. And if I just go right here, right next door, because I didn't want to put an ugly old factory in my beautiful Bronxdale. Look how beautiful this place is.
Drifter's getting triggered. He's trying to move the map on the screen, thinking it was his screen.
I do that all the time. So this is my factory. This is where the magic is going to happen. Yes, I did pay that much money for the property. Good property is hard to find for factories and stuff. It's freaking crazy.
That was all location, wasn't it? That one.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Cheese has jumped into my hell of having to move all these tiny little things.
It's a good problem to have.
Yes. Yeah, and I need to pull my finger out and do similarly. We're going to have Samurai Aquatics show. Well, at least we're going to apply for them in Chicago, LA, Oakland, Fresno, all over.
Yeah, you have to find some more time too.
Yes, if anybody's got some time, I will buy that at a premium. Thank you. Yes. All right. Anything else you want to touch on? Uplandish Cheese?
Oh shit. All right. Uplandish, right? I shouldn't be.
We're gonna dive
into
the
expansion. We got the expansion coming. London and Birmingham expansion. Oh, they're doing both of them, huh?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
Jeez, come on, talk more about it. All right, let me show you guys.
We can dive right into that.
Yeah, London expansion. Look, they're putting all of this stuff is going to be the new stuff. You won't be able to do your your treasure hunts anymore. New collections 4, added landmarks 3. That's pretty exciting.
Abbey Road Studios. Oh, imagine what that's going to go for. Madame Tussauds, Sherlock Holmes Museum. Oh, they're going to be pricey.
Yeah. Collection revealed Thursday, May 25th. Wow, that's right around the corner. When does this come out?
It's to this Friday, my time. 2 a.m. my Friday.
Thursday, May 18th, real time.
3 a.m. maybe it is. I'm not sure. One thing's for sure, I'm not getting up for it. I'll be sleeping like a baby.
Yeah. What else? Was that it?
Oh, there's a few
Can't be.
different
Oh,
ones.
go-karts.
Yeah, we can touch on
Dude.
that. We can touch on that on the back end if you want.
Oh, in the back end?
Yep.
All right. So what, am I done?
I was hoping you were going to share potentially that little NFT that's not yet an
Oh.
NFT. It's not specifically Upland related, but you know, it happened in the MBE, and I believe it was it inspired by someone from the community or something? What was the tie in there?
Oh, it was inspired by my faulty brain.
Ah.
All right, let me bring it up. Oh, it's right here. Cool. Look at that. Everything is so easy for me today. This is rare. So this is called Paranoia. And it's
amazing.
basically, thank you so much, Ben. And as you could see, all these bad thought bubbles are coming from inside the actual person's head or their self. And you see my little cheese down there. I submitted this to Hug because I became a curator for them. So I have my own profile, and they have these really wonderful events where you can actually submit your art for a chance to be showcased in an in real life gallery. And the one that I applied for is in Belgium.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. If you're listening
Thank
on the
you.
Spotify, it's a very technicolor, anxiety-ridden portrait. Looks like somebody's head's exploded with anxiety. I don't know. You're just gonna have to check it out. It's freaking awesome.
And
But
I
yes.
actually arted it in MVE yesterday, and Brian was there. Thank you, Brian, for keeping me company.
And D-Tech and I have been hammer and cheese. You need to record your process and get it out there because that's freaking amazing.
You know what though? Maybe I shouldn't, because maybe I don't want everybody to see my process. Maybe they'll try to copy me. You know, so if you want to see my process, you gotta come, like, be in the room with me while I do it and watch me.
Fair enough.
Bastards.
All right. And Dak, I was just going to throw it to you, but he's got to jump out. Apologies for that. Dak's a man on
Well, I
mission.
can just say real quick,
Yep.
Fourth week if racing is done, championship racing. I can share. I'll share this real quick. The standings are very tight. Sergeant Loco from Locos Depot and Latinos Unidos is at 27. Matsuda's team with MB Motorsports, Risey is tied for first. Then we got Mass Chef Castle Elite. We have Matsuda in fourth. Ninja Racing coming in fifth. More Upload with MMB Motorsports. And then Castle Elite, Ninja Racing, and Red Hook up the Dale kind of coming in. Now there's still 2 more races. Next race is not this Friday, but the following Friday. And then the final race is going to be June 9th in Vegas. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have some fun there in Vegas for the final race. The next race, the 5th race, is going to be New York City, and it's sponsored by. Who is it sponsored by?
Oh, is that the Samurai Aquatics one?
That is the Samurai Aquatics one. Ding, ding, ding. So definitely check it out. As you can tell, it's anyone's race still. Heck, Up the Dale takes first place. He's back up there in the hunt for it. So it really is going to come down to the last race, and I think that's kind of the excitement of having these short seasons with very specific point allocations that just keeps it very exciting. So lots of shiftment with each one. Speaking about that, last week the sponsor was Diamond Autos and Diamond Empire with TMS-HRV, Tim. And what was interesting is he's really been trying to push the whole LinkedIn into the metaverse kind of concept. And tomorrow I'll be speaking with him and Masita on talking about the metaverse Upland on LinkedIn. So that is going to be kind of fun.
Cool. Keep us posted with how that goes.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I think that was Shaq trying to jump in.
Okay.
Don't know. All right. Well, thank you for jumping in. I know you're a busy man this morning. Good luck with what you got going on today.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Everyone have a great day and look forward to seeing you guys at next week's race. Go Samurai Aquatics.
Woohoo. Cheers, mate. And on that note, I believe TB is in the house. So we'll throw it over to you, TB.
Hello, hello. How is everyone today?
Good, mates. You're back in the studio today.
Yeah, I'm back in the virtual studio. Just got off a flight from the US to the UK, so just trying to battle the jet lag right now. But you'll be pleased to know I had plenty of time during that flight to make sure I had all of the hottest news about legits for you guys.
Sweet, lay it on us.
It's probably not going to blow your mind. Right, FIFA stuff then. What's that? Sorry.
Somebody's off mute. I'll fix it up.
All right.
Keep going.
FIFA legits. I've had tons moving through my store this week. There's plenty of movement on legits if people are willing to sell them cheap enough. I think with the various Upland events that went on in Vegas this week as well, there were a lot more players around, so that brought in a few more purchases as well. So sort of across the board, the FIFA thing is sort of if there's a legit that's listed for below about 300 UPIX, then someone's going to come along and grab it up at some point. But I haven't had a single sale over 1,000 UPIX in the last couple of weeks. And speaking to some of the other store owners, there's another store just opened up in Vegas and he's not had any either. So I think right now we're all kind of waiting and hoping that the hackathon brings something out during Genesis week. And Ignite's a little more interested in that. Maybe some more announcements. Who knows? Otherwise, we're waiting till the Women's World Cup really for some more excitement surrounding the FIFA stuff. NFLPA still pretty quiet on that, just because it's off season. But imagine that will start to hot up again soon. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see some more stuff coming out from Upland about the latest contests and competitions related to NFLPA. So anyone who's got NFLPA stuff in a store, I imagine that will start to hot up again soon. Soccer stuff's kind of interesting for me anyway, with the Aston Villa thing, because not much has been said about it since it was mentioned during the London and Birmingham launch the other week. But the Birmingham expansion that's about to happen this week does cover the area where Aston Villa Stadium is. So I'm wondering if that might be a precursor to a little more information about that, and whether it's just an Aston Villa thing or whether there's more to it than that, I don't know. But I'd be pretty happy if there was. Structural ornaments, since I have a bit going on with those as well now. The ornament Meta Venture owners still aren't able to sell on behalf of other players unless they transfer stuff across. But I have had a few people sending me stuff to sell on their behalf, and they seem to be moving reasonably well, actually. I can't quite put my finger on what people are into with the structural ornaments. For example, I sold a few Christmas ones this week. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is that anybody specifically is looking for. I think what will be interesting with those is to see what realistic difference they create with the neighborhood ratings. I think once there's a bit more understanding of the neighborhood rating system, then the structural ornaments market might hot up as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
I was just going to say, how are you working out the prices on those? Because it's still a very green kind of marketplace.
It is. So with my own ones, I've just been basically taking the price I paid for them and adding a little bit that would be my profit margin. For other people, I'm letting them set the price, and then they just acknowledge that they're going to get essentially 15% less in the end back by the time the Upland fees have been paid twice for moving everything around. And I've been taking 5% as well. So that's been working reasonably well, not least because it is encouraging people to actually go out and promote their own items that are for sale. But it would be a lot slicker if they could just do it directly like we can in the FIFA stores. So that's something that will hopefully come. But yeah, personally, I've been using some of the tools that are available, like Upland, to like try and gauge what the prices are. But all you can really see is what people are asking for stuff, not so much what people are actually paying for stuff. But as a sort of benchmark, like a bunch of the sort of common Genesis ornaments have gone this week, and they've been going in the sort of 15 to 25,000 range, depending on which structures they're for, that kind of thing. So they're not fetching big money, but I think more so with these, what they actually look like is having a pretty notable impact on how interesting they are to people. So people aren't just going in for the rarity value like they are on a lot of the other stuff, which is quite an interesting one to see. Because I think when more user-generated content comes into this and we can get our own stuff manufactured and put out there, I think the actual look of the finished product is going to have a much bigger impact on saleability as well as just the sheer quantity of them.
I think you're right in that one of the biggest missing pieces of the puzzle is knowing what impact these kind of things have on the neighborhood rating scores. It'll be very interesting to see if the official ones have higher ratings than the user-generated content ones, for example. That might start to differentiate the prices in the secondary market.
Yeah, for sure. And I've seen all sorts of debate going on around the bazaars about what the neighborhood scores are actually being based on, but I haven't seen anything formal come out. There's a lot of debate about what weightings are and all the rest of it. So right now it's kind of hard to tell.
Yes. Now we've got a best looking cheese has got a hand up. What's going on, BLC?
I did that because of Puppet, best looking Puppet, but I just wanted to share my idea with you really quickly on how to make Legits great again. So I was talking about this in a cafe, and I was thinking, like, if they had a burn function where you could take 25 to 50 of your legits from the previous years and burn them to get packs for the newer years. And the more you burn, the more chance you get at a rare mythic or MVP one. And this would get rid of the quantity of all the things, because they did do that before. I actually participated in an Upland burn event where they burnt their NFTs so you can get a mythic one. And I didn't get the best mythic one, but I got a mythic one. It was a lot to do it at the time. It was like 200, but I think if they did 25 to 50 and allowed you to burn more for a better percentage chance, then I think this would be good. What do you think?
It's actually a really interesting point. And it actually just made me think about the fact that when the FIFA stuff came out, there was supposed to be some kind of burn function they were going to bring in to enable people to exchange various things. And I'm trying to remember what it was now, but there was a little bit of debate about it at the time, because I think the idea was that you'd be able to take X number of your mementos and in the hope of getting one particularly rare one, that kind of thing. So like similar to what was happening with the with trading the passes in, but there was supposed to be a broader function for that, I think, covering all of the FIFA legits, but nothing ever came of it from what I've seen.
Well, there's supposed to be lots of things with those. There's supposed to be, get signatures and all sorts of stuff, but I don't think any of that's come to fruition yet, has it?
Not yet. Fingers crossed, maybe soon.
Soon.
Genesis Week announcements, perhaps. If not, then when? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to cover the cars bit real quick as well, didn't I?
Go for it.
Cars secondary market seems to be pretty stable now. Like there's USD stuff still going for a fair amount under mint. A few even in the showrooms, and then I've seen people selling them through other burner processes and stuff like that. But UPIX prices for cars seem to have stabilized a little bit. Seems to be not a bad time if you're trying to look for some of the higher end ones like this. The regular Series 1 2022s seem to be coming down in price a little bit in Upix. So I picked one up for 250k the other day, which is below mint, I think. So that was quite interesting. But the car market in general has been pretty quiet. I think people are all just trying to hold on to their Upix at the moment in anticipation of something big happening in the next few weeks.
Absolutely. All right, mate. Well, we appreciate you jumping in to give us the latest update on that. If people wanted to get involved and check out what you've got going on, where could they head?
I would highly recommend popping over to somewhere like Fremont Fanatics. And I'd also highly recommend my car showroom, 727 Fremont Street. There is a whole bunch of stuff popping up in Vegas now, and I'm going to make sure my stores are loaded with good, generous offers ready for Genesis Week when everyone comes to town, either figuratively or virtually.
Nice. All right. Unless anybody else wanted to dive into TVZ, we shall kick on. All right.
Alrighty.
All right. Thanks, buddy. It doesn't look like we've got Joe or Rob in today. I don't believe so. No, drop it's like it's hot this week. Oh, Cheese, what are you doing? You got your hand up again? Or are you just playing?
It was clapping. I was clapping for TV.
Ah.
Wait, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I don't know. I don't know what's new today.
Any particular news on your radar? I see that Tales of the Crypto is still balked. I tried to claim my rads last night and it's still not working.
Tales of the Crypto. Fix
Come on.
it up.
Get your shit together, TOC. I want them rads.
I'm still doing the veggie farms.
Yeah.
I'm actually up to level 15 right now, and it's crazy. I unlocked an area.
Oh, wow. And
yeah,
the BLP said that there's an Avalanche land drop tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Get yourself some Avalanche.
Yeah, that's cool. I love Avalon.
All right, that's all we've got for that. We'll skip ahead. That's good. We got lots of time left. All right, so I said I kind of give Cheese to hurry up before, and I said we'll touch up on some of this stuff on the back end. Well, what do you know? We're at the back end. So now this is one of the segments where, please, if you're in the Zoom, we want to hear your biased opinions because Cheese, well, not Cheese. I went on a full-on mega rant about this in the Wine and Cheese show. This is the Share the Light for Mother's Day. The lights up Upland with Mother's Day map assets. Now, I thought this was just mind-blowingly stupid. The quantities on these, like, what did I say? There's 270 or something like that total available. And I went on a big long rant for about 30 minutes. And my summary was basically, you ain't going to light up shit, Upland. All you're going to do is fatten a few people's wallets. Anybody want to chime in on that? Did you get some? Did anybody get it?
I didn't try.
Did you happen to see what the sizes were?
Well, somebody posted it. Somebody posted it in, was it MVE?
I saw a picture.
Yeah, Trendy Pop posted it in MVE, and they're not lit, and they're tiny. Of course they're going to be tiny because they're little lights for the porch. It's supposed to be bright. I mean, look at his picture. It's like a black dot on your property.
Can you share screen that?
All right, I'm
able to do that?
this up in
And
browser.
BC for Fun says, I haven't heard a good Ben 68 rant in a long time. Let it rip. Oh, as I said, I went at it for about 25-30 minutes on the Wine and Cheese show, the last episode we just dropped. I'm about all ranted out on that. It just doesn't make any sense at all to me, the quantities. Oh my gosh, they're minuscule. But
they're minuscule, and does it look bright to you?
it looks like that gnome's taking a shit on the yard.
Yeah, like it looks like gnome shit.
From above. Yeah. Wow.
That was awesome.
And B. Ryan said the factory mysteriously broke down when he went to LA to get some, and then it started working again right after I gave up and left. Yeah. Murphy's
That's
Law.
always
that one,
how
isn't
it goes. See,
Yes.
now I don't know if they marketed it like gnome shit and said it would be good for STEM for your garden later on. Like magical gnome shit that made your plants grow faster. Maybe I would be interested.
You know what you got to do? You got to get one of I was going to say D-bag. No, was it B-Dag's outhouses? You got to get one of B-Dag's outhouses. You got to put that on your property. You got to put a line of gnomes up, and the last gnome that's in the line to go to the outhouse, put a pile of gnome droppings behind him. He couldn't hold on long enough. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go. There's
nobody has a bathroom yet, so that would be something that would definitely, you have to, it's like crafting, you have to put them together and it forms fertilizer.
It's like Voltron or something like that. Yes. Yeah,
I love it.
270 is the number. 270 is the total supply that they put out there, which is just, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're thinking, okay, but this is just for 2023, and obviously in subsequent years there'll be more. But wow, maybe in about 50 years we can light up Upland. Have to wait and see. Everybody's lips are sealed. Gosh, this is a bias to show. We've got all the disclaimers. Don't be afraid to rant. No.
I mean, you can't get worse than gnome shit.
Me setting the bar as low as possible at all times. All right, nobody's going to dive into that, so let's move on to the next thing. Now, the next thing was the cast your vote for Upland's best. Go-karts we'll do last, because that's one we'll dive into more details. So what do we got? We got Player of the Year, Broadcaster of the Year, Designer of the Year. I voted. Maybe it's a North American thing, but I just personally I think it's super. How can I say this? Super cringe to go out there spamming yourself. Vote for me. Vote for me. I thought that was mega cringe.
Yeah.
You send me those DMs. I
agree. I agree with you.
But I don't know. Australia's full on tall poppy syndrome, so maybe that's me just being a tall poppy dickhead. I don't know, but yeah. Player of the Year, I can put my votes there. I voted for Morecheese. Broadcaster of the Year, I believe I voted for what's his face?
Not Dale, right? No.
Dale, yes.
Yeah.
Upland Guide, he's put out a bunch of good content recently. And Designer of the Year, of course, I voted for the Tech Man, D-Tech. Now, D-Tech's a bit funny. Now, we had a bit of a query, I believe. Did you ask Lisette? Like, D-Tech, his in-games names is different. It's Death Ender.
Oh, yeah. He talked to Lisette, and she said that it doesn't matter if you put D-Tech or Death Ender, they'll know who it is.
Oh, okay. So they're going to do it manually. It's not going to be like an automated thing. That's good.
Yeah. For me, for Player of the Year, I voted for Shaq.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, it doesn't matter who you vote for, just get in there and vote. It's always a bit sad to see the vote statistics, like the eligible to vote versus the who actually spent 10 seconds out of their day to actually vote. It's always a bit sad to see how low they are. Anybody else want to chime in that? Maybe if you want to spruik yourself, I mean, that's, as I said, that's just my vibe. I think that's a bit greasy, but if you're all about it and you want to promote yourself.
Marty for Puppet of the Year.
Yes, I did see that D-Tech said that there was a bit of an underground push to vote for the Upland Bureau for Player of the Year. That would be freaking hilarious.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This is just for nominations. This is not for who gets chosen. I believe Upland chooses that. This is just to have your name like seen as one of the nominees.
Oh, okay. So it's just a look at me thing. Yes.
Pretty much.
And
pretty much.
SP in chat has said I should win as Tiny Brazilian of the Year. There you go. There's a new
Tiny
category.
Brazilian. So then I should win as a huge, tall American of the Year.
Did you the BLC and the BLP? Where does it end? Where does it end? Now, you went to the award ceremony last year for Genesis Week. There's probably a few watchers and listeners that missed out on that. Can you give us the heads up? What was the vibe like, or how did it all play out?
We went late because we took a nap, and we woke up late from our nap. Old people, right? So we got there just as it finished.
Oh, really?
And just as they announced the winner. But then we were able to like party after and everything. They did it right in the beginning.
Mm.
No
So they
love
got
for us
all-
old people.
Well, that's
But
good.
Shaq was there. Shaq was actually nominated for the design award.
Didn't she win?
Yeah. We could get her input on this.
Shaq, do you want to speak to that whole process? You were there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, because I won.
Brush the shoulders.
No, it was just really cool. The Imaginarium. I don't know if they're gonna, or Illuminarium or whatever, but lights on the walls flashing, and like the floor was vibrating with music, and it was like really cool. But yeah, they called the names and ran through the awards, and each of the winners went up onto stage and got their cool trophy. And then right after that, they flowed right into the video, which went across the wall of the Rio and racing coming.
Wow.
I'm really
there.
I'm expecting something really cool this year that
Yeah.
at least matches that.
What's
So
your
we'll
vibe?
see.
What's your vibe on that? Any predictions? Any speculations? What you think that the mic drop at the end might be?
Oh gosh, no, not really. I have heard speculation about Paris, because remember on the Mavion Space Cheese, when Danny Brown Wolf talked about how Upland is going to have a fashion district, but she can't say where yet.
Paris would be great. Yeah.
And
that would be
so,
great.
but who knows? I'm hoping that they have something really cool to announce. And
I would
it's-
love Rome, but I don't have money
Rome, cool.
for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe Boston.
Would that be a mic drop? Tokyo, Paris, somewhere like that. Yeah, Rome. That'd be a decent, mic drop. Yeah, Boston, maybe.
Boston.
Have to wait and see. All right, but yes, best of luck to everyone. If you're nominated, best of luck to you. If you're heading over there, have fun, make the most of it. Get out there, meet and greet, all of that good stuff. I'll be watching on from afar again.
You'll be there, Ben.
Oh, not that fucking thing you've got. That
Oh,
just
you're so
creeps
lucky. I
me out.
can't find it.
Oh, what a shame. Moving on.
I think Sully hides it.
Yeah, good. Give it to one of the cats to eat. Now, we did mention that London and Birmingham is expanding. Now, I went over to UPX land and checked out just how many properties are still available. So I looked at London first up. There's still 195 unminted, but the floor on those is like 111,000 UPX. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that expands. And it's a similar situation in Birmingham. There's only 161 of those available unminted. I believe they would be all FSA. And the floor on those is 6,696. So I believe that's above your starting UPX balance for new players. So I think what will be very interesting in that, which kind of almost makes me think maybe I should save a little bit and get up for it, is, that whole thing that's expanding on Birmingham. What's the, not Arsenal? Was that Arsenal, the soccer team? I don't know soccer.
Yeah.
I'm sure Rob and the Stadium Chasers will be all about that, if that's what it is. So yeah, if you are getting up for that, best of luck to you. Anybody else going all in? Are you going to expand your maps? I know D-Tech will probably have to do so.
No, if he does, I'll. It was good while it lasted, is my take on it. If you really genuinely like London and want to expand because of that, and do something there, that's fine. But in regards to treasure hunting, I think move on. you had your spark, just move on.
Your moment in the sun.
Yeah.
How about you? Are you getting up for it? Are you going to gobble up some more?
No.
No? Sleeping on
No.
straight through?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody else? Alrighty. Then that means we just got one more thing to touch on, and that is what you've been dying to talk about, Cheese.
Go-karts. Woo, 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 woo.
Lamio Kart. It is. It's officially Lamio Kart.
Oh, that's so cool. Did you come up with that, or did they say that?
Well, that's what I've come up for the thumbnail for today. So
Mario Lamio.
Lamio Karts. Yes.
I
So
like
Genesis
it.
Week brings the first go-karts to Upland. Only a few weeks away, yada, yada, yada. They're going to start off with some, as we would expect, they're going to start off with some official ones that they're going to manufacture themselves and then put that out for, player-made go-karts. Why are they doing this? Why?
What do you mean? I love this. This is amazing. Are you kidding me? This is so cute. It's in its own world, right? You can't use this for anything else but racing. It's specific. I don't think Upland should be creating them though. I think this, maybe they just didn't have time to do it, but I think this should have completely been community. 100%.
Yeah, I guess they're putting their first batch out as like almost like a proof of concept to make sure that it works, and so people that can see if it's worth investing the time, money, effort to doing it themselves. Just seems a bit weird to me. Like if we're going to have short tracks, why don't we have short tracks for the existing racing cars? Are you really going to be that engaged in a Lamio Kart experience that's all RNG based? Or is this going to be the first iteration of controls?
Could be. It could be that this is easier. And I could see Slav being a creator of these go-karts. Like Slav, if you had a choice to get into any metaventure, this is your thing. Like I'm not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole. Personally, I prefer the decor and the structure ornaments, but I would certainly be lined up outside of Slav's go-kart metaventure to get a custom or like go-kart from him. Like I've seen what he can do.
Yeah, well, he's already made those. He's made the assets. He's got a game. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I raced karts myself in real life for several years, so it doesn't really pique my interest unless I do have a short track that I have registered with the URL in Delbrook. There's a Delbrook loop there that would be a cool little go-kart track. However, I'm expecting if you want to race a go-kart, if you want to have an official go-kart track, you're going to have another property that you can build the metaventure, structure on, and there's nothing anywhere near that track that I could build something like that on. So that kind of blows. That's kind of severely limits what you can do. So have to wait and see. The BLP, the best looking puppet, has said, I hope they have bananas and turtle shells. Oh, they'd have to. That's Lamio Kart. It's not Mario Kart. You got to mix it up a bit. So I don't know.
They spit. Wait, llamas spit, right? So you spit on them.
Yes.
And like it causes them to like.
And pellet bombs. Yes.
Oh yeah, maybe they poo at you.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know. Did anybody see that news and think, oh yes, I'm all about this? And have you started working on your plans? Yeah.
I got excited. To see what other people can create. Come on, people. This is opportunity right now, right? The stuff is starting to come out like crazy fast. Everyone is waking up. The only thing I have to say is I haven't received any emails stating that my stuff was approved.
Ah, yeah.
I had to hear it from other people, which was great. Thank you so much, BAMTech and Nubex, for
Yeah.
letting me know. Yeah, I didn't know otherwise.
Yeah, Nubex has been all about that. He's been telling a whole bunch of people, hey, congratulations. And dozens of people are saying, hey, what?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Why is this happening? Bizarre.
It's like Christmas morning.
You need some new interns that can put emails together or something. So, yes. Now, if you want to get your hands on some of these first official go-karts, I believe that's all going to be tied up with the Genesis Week stuff. So there'll be giveaways and whatnot to do with that. And yeah, if manufacturing go-karts is something that you're interested in, as Cheese always says, don't wait around for the full-on official details. Start working now, even if it's just getting, your showroom artwork and all that, get your branding and everything sorted out.
So Drifter says, this is a great opportunity, but I don't think we have enough designers. Should we reach out to other communities like a Blender community? And that's a good question, because Desjack has the donut community for people who are learning. Yeah, I would go there and kind of like give somebody new a chance. Like when I tapped D-Tech on the shoulder, he was learning. He just started learning. Like he didn't
very
know.
Reluctant. Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. And we had to love him and hold him and tell him he's a good D-Tech, and he got really good. Like he's the best. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, just be wary of hiring third parties on Fiverr that you don't have any relationship with, or there's no potential to develop a relationship with, because Upland, we've seen changes, the specs, the whole thing's kind of in flux. It's still a developing process. So if you hire it out to Fiverr and then you get feedback that one thing has to be changed, it would make way more sense if you can sort that out internally. Okay, for some people that's not an option and they have to go to Fiverr and those sort of places. But yeah,
I'm gonna reply to Cerness. He had a bit of so Drifter goes, why carts? And Cerness goes, because why would we want added utility on building upkeep and depreciation and other real estate aspects, yada yada. I agree, but I'm wondering if they're putting all of this information out now because it is kind of like they're gonna give the big stuff on Genesis Week. Like, knock on wood, and this is not financial advice. Last year when I did ask them about like building utility and rents and whatnot, Dan did say not this year but next year, and it's next year. So hopefully, maybe, cross our fingers, they have something like that. Like they just had to get certain things out before they could announce that. So let's hope that's the thing.
Yeah, make sure if you get the chance to ask that same question again. But yeah, I kind of get it. I mean, but looking at it from a devil's advocate perspective, they're kind of in a no-win situation too. Like the community's screaming out for gamification, and then they put effort into gamification, and then they get slaughtered for it. So
yeah,
I mean, I get it. But yeah, hopefully it's not just a copy of Cars and it's just the exact same system with smaller versions. And are we going to have another app? Am I going to have a go-kart app as well? That's going to start to get a bit crazy. You know what I mean? Like if I want to do car racing now, well, I've got this extra app on my phone. Am I going to have 50 apps related to Upland? I thought this was all supposed to be a super app where everything's all in one.
Well, it's all, you can access it through Upland, but they're all their separate thing.
Yeah, that ain't a super app. If you
Yes,
have to
it
go,
is a super app.
if you have to go external, and when we've got 50 other apps on my phone, so
It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah, it needs to be. So we'll have to wait and see. But yes, hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's just not a direct copy. Hopefully there is at least some kind of controllability, and that'd be a bit of a game changer. it may be the case where they don't want to implement that and screw up racing, like the existing car racing. Maybe this is kind of almost the beta testing for that system. So wait and see. And Happy MFR said, yeah, all these apps is ridiculous. Already have too many here. Exactly.
Look at this, Ben. Don't spread the FUD.
Just keeping it real.
Keeping it real, yo.
Keeping it real. All right, that's all I've got to touch on. It's going to be a nice quick show today, which is good because, like I said, I've got to go to work early. So unless anybody else has anything they want to spruik on, we'll dive into the quips and then we'll get everyone out of here. No? All right. Well, this week's quips, and now if you didn't know what quips was, it means questions, insights, provocations, and statements. And you can submit one of those at any stage via the Google form, link is in the description. And if you do it and you let us know your in-game name as part of that, then you'll win yourself a prize. Now, this one is an old one from Finsky that I mistakenly skipped over way back when we first kicked this segment off. And Finsky asks, is Upland doing okay or not in crypto winter? So there's a question there first, and then he's got a few other things, but we'll touch on that one first. Is Upland doing okay or not in crypto winter?
Well, crypto winter's over.
I don't think it's over just yet. Well, it was when he sent that through ages ago. I would say Upland has, at least the economy has never been healthier, which might sound a bit weird to some people, but I'm able to buy and sell UPX and USD floors basically at will. As fast as I can list my USD, they sell. So can't ask for more than that. Can we? I don't know. What do you think?
I think now is good. I think during the winter, though,
Oh,
it wasn't as good. But like anything, you have your ups and downs. You can't expect everything to be 100% all the time. And I think we're heading into Upland turning things around dramatically for the good.
yes, Happy's gone brutal mode in chat. He said Upland has more options than it ever has, absolutely, with all the stuff, but people just don't care about the game.
Well, people just don't want to work hard for what they really want. They want it just handed to them. Like, I've talked to people who said, why don't I have this yet? Why don't I have this yet? And not all of them, but some of them, I asked them, have you even applied? And they said no.
Yeah.
So how the hell do you expect to get anything if you don't apply, if you don't create? Like,
yeah, that's a fair point. And Podix has said 40% markup though. Yeah, 40% in some markets it's like that, but not all of the markets. Some of them are quite healthy. Like I said, the spread it's actually narrowing at the moment, not widening, which under normal circumstances, it would get wider. Like, for example, I buy up the UPX floor in San Francisco, which pumps the UPX floor up, and then I sell in USD, which drops the USD floor down. So, but we're not actually seeing that. There's still plenty of demand here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, if you're going to build a factory, you need to have, like, all right, yes, hold. I agree with Caesar. Those who build the factories and ask, what can I do with them now? If you don't have anything specific to create, then all you can do is hold.
Yep. Yes, and Boulder said my 24 Spark gets like 10 UPX an hour if I'm lucky. Yeah, we're still, what will change all of that is third-party staking. If we get that to come through. Now, I've had DMs, I woke up to DMs this morning, like asking, how can I get involved with what you're going on at Samurai Aquatics? And unfortunately, there's just no way that you can at the moment, other than being a wholesaler.
What Podix just said, as a builder, 5 UPX an hour is the best thing ever. Evolve and adapt.
Yep.
So Boulder, you're extremely smart. You have 24 Spark. You need 25 Spark for a large factory, right?
Yep.
You could build a large factory, partner up with somebody, make go-karts, man. or like, Yeah, use it for go-karts. Like partner up with Slav. Be his agent and stuff. You have the brains and the spark. He has the know-how. It's like, come on, let's get this going.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a good thing that people aren't underestimating the time and work involved, because it is a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I think at least for the crypto winter with Spark, if we can get third-party staking on factories, then that's going to be a complete game changer. Like I'm applying for, as soon as I pull my finger out, I'm applying for factories and showrooms for Samurai Aquatics in 4 different cities. Now, I don't have the 100 Spark to fill all those up myself. I'd essentially be splitting my Spark balance up into 4 different lots. But if third-party Spark staking is on the cards, well, yeah, that changes that completely. What would also change that completely is getting some kind of utility beyond MetaVenture applications for existing buildings. That would completely revitalize that. I think we touched on that before. There needs to be some kind of UpX boost in your dividends for having a structure on your property. There needs to be some reason other than, it boosts the neighborhood score or whatever. So who knows? Genesis Week, we have very high expectations and high hopes for that kind of coming through with some of these long-held promises and wish lists and whatnot. So we'll have to wait and see. Of course, on the back end of Genesis Week, if we don't get that sort of information, then the FUD and all the rest of it's gonna kick into overdrive. So yes, Upland in crypto winter, maybe crypto autumn or crypto spring, depending on if you're a glass half full or glass half empty type. And that wasn't all Finsky said. Finsky went on to say, in quotes, people say Upland made a mistake flooding the market with supply of properties / city releases. Upland ain't immune to global market situation, even if UpX ain't listed. People need more money for necessities like electricity and food as inflation rises the prices. End quotes. Any thoughts, suggestions on that? How the Upland market reflects on the IRL meatsuitaverse kind of economic situation? Nobody? Well, I can speak to my specific example. I've touched on this on the One and Two show. The interest rates have continued to go up in Australia. I'm expecting them to go up even further. My mortgage repayments are getting to almost double what they were. So yes, I have switched my focus completely from building in Upland, buying in Upland. I've completely switched my focus to using my dividends to help support the IRL family budget. Basically, 95% of my dividend sales, everything's going into buying up the UPX floor and flipping for USD. And I have to say it's been extremely helpful. I think I'm averaging about half my weekly wage in real life I'm able to pull out via Upland per week, which, as you can imagine, that's a significant help. So that's my 2 cents. What do you think, Cheese? Is it a direct reflection? Is it tied? Is there no correlation?
I don't know.
Boulder said, I pay on average $500 per Spark and bought 20 of it, and I got like 4 of it from Spud and Levels Up, so I can buy a little more and get to 25. I think it is like 24.65. I would feel different if I didn't go from thinking 1K UpX today would be a 2-year ROI. Now it's like, it would appear that you've fallen into that ROI trap. Spark was always supposed to be about being utilized to construct. A lot of people, it's probably not just yourself, fell into that kind of ROI trap, I think. Yeah, I can imagine if that was your focus, if you were buying Spark specifically to rent out to make income, yeah, that would sting. Yes. Happy MFR said, how will your taxes be from that ban? Yeah, absolutely. So I've been very careful in tracking all of what I've been pulling out. It's a kind of a weird situation in Australia. We have to declare our projected earnings for the year. Like at the start of the year, I have to tell the government, based on, because I've got children and there's child support payments as far as, been helped out with school and this, that, and the other thing. You have to let the government know what you think you're going to earn this year, and then your payments are kind of reflected on that. I always overestimate how much I'm going to earn per year so that I get a refund, not a nasty bill. So I do have a good chunk of flexibility in there. So shouldn't be an issue, but yeah, absolutely. That's a concern. You can't just pull out dollars endlessly out of Upland and not take tax into consideration. Absolutely. So yeah, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research, yada, yada, yada.
What Podx said, 100% pod. Building stuff before utility arrives is the way to go. Once they're useful, everyone will want to build.
Yeah.
Basically, I said the same thing about large properties. A lot of people just wanted to get the small ones to flip them. When Metaventures started coming out, I said big properties are going to be the way to go. Even if you don't want a Metaventure, you're going to be able to sell it for a good amount of money.
Yep.
Especially depending on where it is. And now they're selling for so much. And like, I was even a buyer of one. My property from my factory was 2.5 million.
Yep.
So definitely pod. You want to prepare. You want to put the horse before the cart.
What is interesting though, as to kind of push back on that a little bit, is some of the UPX floor properties I've been buying up, they have had structures on them. So we're now starting to see that even properties with structures are on the floor, which is kind of mind-blowing to see. Boulders followed up saying it was not focused on ROI. I didn't bother to rent it or use it for multiples. Yeah, ROI is just a way to show the difference. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. A lot of utility will come from third-party games like Upland Kingdoms from Drifter. Yes, we're hoping that all comes to fruition. Potentially some news on that with the hackathon coming up for Genesis Week. Hopefully more announcements and that sort of stuff. And yeah. All right. Nobody else seems to want to dive into that one, Finsky. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you for sending that through. So Finsky is going to get himself a Halloween ornament. Well, no, not an ornament. What are they? Map asset. A map asset. So congratulations. If you would like to get yourself a freebie too, as I said, the Quips form is in the description. Now, I don't believe we've got the Jazzy Jazz in, so we might have to do some live dictation for today's giveaway, if that's okay, Cheese.
Sure.
Can you let me have it? Who we got in today?
All right, we have. Oh. All right, we have Upland Puppet.
UP, yep.
BC.
BC 4, yep.
Boulder. Brian. Caesar. Drifter.
Yep.
Finn.
Finn Man.
Happy. Laban. Maui. Pod. Shack. Simone. C.
SP, yep.
Sir.
SNS, yep.
And TB.
TB. All right. You sure you don't want to be put in this? You've got a you've got a
put me
2
in.
stores now.
Yeah, put me in.
Go for it. MC. All right, let's see. So this is to see who's going to go on the prize wheel. And it is the Happy Man.
Happy because I'm happy
Happy.
coming on. If
right.
you feel like rooming out of
Let's see what Happy's going to win himself. See if he's going to be really happy or just a little bit happy. And it's another Halloween song.
Those are actually rare because you can't buy those.
This is the only way you can get them, yes.
This is the only way you could get this Halloween sign.
Aside from gobbling up the Christmas spirals. So yes, congratulations, Happy. And thanks for jumping in.
Yay.
Oh, pardon me. All right, on that note, if you've stuck with us this long, congratulations to you and thank you. Reminder that if you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, opportunities are always available for spotlights and direct engagement in the UDU podcast. Or if you want to dive really deep into things, you can hit up Morecheese or myself to discuss getting on the Wine and Cheese show. On that note, wrap us up, please, Cheese.
What did I say? Stay fresh, cheese bag.
Cheese. Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready. Sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up, and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally, stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating, and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz, and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.